Good morning everyone. Today in our class we will continue remaining portion of chapter 6, that is forest. Children, today I am going to read this para sacred groves. Afterward I will explain this para also. Area in the forest which contain trees and medicinal plants that are on the verge of extinction are called sacred groves. These are sacred as they are said to be associated with some deities. Tribal people protect these groves and do not allow anyone to cut them. So children, what do you mean by sacred grove? Sacred means holy or religious or spiritual, and grove means wood. So dear children, preserved and worshipped groves are called sacred groves. In some forests or groves, people believe that all the plants and animals that are in holy hills are companions of gods are sacred living things in the God garden. Sacred groves in Meghalaya, Manipur and Kachar districts of Assam protect several species of plants and animals. Cutting tree from these groves is considered an unholy act. Varieties of trees, herbs, medicinal plants and insects grow in and live in peace in these groves. So they are also reservoir of biodiversity. These are the symbol of cultural virtue or purity and biodiversity. Children, what do you mean by the biodiversity? Biodiversity is a measure of the variety of organisms present in different ecosystems. Now we continue to our next topic, effects of deforestation. I will read this para, then I will explain. The rapid cutting down of trees without planting any new one is called deforestation. It has many adverse effects. It makes many animals homeless. It leads to natural calamities like landslide and floods. It results in soil erosion. It affects the climate adversely. I will explain this para. The cutting down of tree on a large scale is called deforestation. Forests are being cut down to make roads, towns, factories. Forests are also cleared to bring land under cultivation. It has many effects. The soil becomes loose due to deforestation. Rain and wind wash away the soil. This is called soil erosion. Animals and birds become homeless. Tribals lose their shelter. Now let's read last para, protection of forest. Trees and forests should be protected by all of us. In 1973, blazes in the Alaknanda Valley in Uttarakhand protested against the cutting down of trees. The women of that area hugged the trees and did not allow anyone to cut them. This was popularly called the Chipko movement. Ban Mahotsav is organized every year for a week. During this period, lakhs of trees are planted. Every one of us can do our bit to save our forest. Here are some measures that we can take. Prevent trees from being cut down. Grow more trees. Reduce the use of paper. adopt a tree and spread awareness about the importance of tree. I explain this para. Dear children, we should be protect trees and forest. For protection of forest, many movements are organized by forest people. These movements are Chipko movement, Narmada Bachao Andolan, etc. Chipko movement was started by Sundarlal Bahuguna in 1973. Blazes in Alaknanda Bailey in Uttarakhand protested against the cutting down of tree, and Narmada Bachao Andolan is going on the state of Madhya Pradesh. It was started in Gujarat to protest against the construction of dam on the river Narmada. Do you know, children, government too has realized the value of forest because of this movement. Government has bonded with many tribal communities, and through joint forest management, the Adivasis take care of forest. Various national parks and wildlife sanctuaries has been set up. Cutting down of trees and hunting of animals is strictly prohibited. To create awareness, programs like social forestry and Van Mahotsav are organized every year for a week. During these periods, lakhs of trees are planted. For saving forest, we should prevent tree, grow more and more trees, etc. Now this much is enough. We will continue exercise and question answer in our next video session.